There are multiple touchy subjects that will be considered as the state decides how to fund schools.
From school vouchers to a higher education makeover to preparing students for the workforce of tomorrow, in the eye of the storm is the state Secretary of Education, who met the press today and took all questions. Dennis Owens reports.
I am the Secretary of Education.
And as such, Dr. Khalid Mumin is in the middle of Harrisburg's biggest budget fights. The governor wants an historic $1.1 billion more for public schools. Mumin says vouchers are back in play. Can he guarantee no public money will go to religious schools?
The word guarantee is tough. I wouldn't say that, I wouldn't box myself into a guarantee.
He is also working on an historic reshaping of higher ed, which Senate Republicans have rejected.
As I said in my comments, the governor's proposal is not ready for prime time.
Senate Republicans moving their own higher ed plan, which would reward students and tie state funding to college metrics. Mumin optimistically looks past the GOP slaps.
I'm extremely hopeful because at first it was the administration's plan with no dialogue, so to speak. Now this opens the door to deeper discussion around the proposed investments that the governor has put forward.
The ongoing challenge in Pennsylvania continues to be getting the skilled workers for the jobs that are available.
Luke Bernstein is the president of the Pennsylvania Chamber of Business and Industry. Taxpayers are spending more and more on schools. Money well spent? That depends, he says, on whether students are prepared for the 3 E's.
They need to be ready to be employed, they need to be ready to enlist, or they need to be ready to enroll, whether that be a secondary, post-secondary education, a 2 or 4 year degree, so they can then get a job and stay in Pennsylvania.
Mumin is certainly saying the right things.
We are open for business and dialogue and discussion.
But can he and the stakeholders do the right things for schools as the calendar creeps towards May and lots of loose ends dangle?
It would certainly be a boon for public education. It would be great for us, but we're always in that quandary is we have to have a budget done and in place by June 30th. They're supposed to have a budget and in place by June 30th. It rarely occurs.
Dennis Owens, ABC 27 News.